In a display of confidence in NATO's resilience, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte on November 4th addressed concerns about the alliance's direction should former President Donald J. Trump return to the White House, vowing continued unity and collaboration with the United States regardless of the election outcome. Speaking alongside German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at a press conference in Berlin, Rutte sought to dispel fears of division, emphasizing that NATO's purpose and commitment remains steadfast.
And on the American elections, whoever wins those elections, we will work with Kamala Harris, we will work with Donald Trump and make sure that the alliance stays united. I have no doubt, because it is in our interest. It is in our interest here, but also for the United States, because they are not in this to not repeat the mistake after the First World War of withdrawing from Europe.
Rutte's remarks were seen as a response to growing speculation among European allies about what a Trump administration could mean for NATO. During his previous tenure, Trump openly criticized NATO's European members for not meeting the alliance's defense spending target of 2% of GDP and asserted that the US was shouldering an unfair share of NATO's financial burden. His stance, though controversial among some European leaders, resonated with many Americans who felt the US was overcommitted to overseas alliances. Trump's efforts led to several allies, including Germany, making strides toward increased military investment, a legacy Rutte highlighted as essential for NATO's durability.
No, they are in this because they know that if Putin would be successful in Ukraine, that at that moment an emboldened Russia is on our eastern flank and will present a direct threat to NATO territory. And that is why they're involved in Ukraine, that is why they're involved in NATO and an integral part of the alliance.
Rutte stressed on the alignment of interests between Europe and the United States. According to Rutte, this common understanding would prevent any retreat from NATO commitments, regardless of who occupies the Oval Office. Rutte has urged European nations to further solidify their defense spending, praising Germany's recent commitment to spend 2% of its economic output on defense, a target Trump championed throughout his presidency.
Germany now invests, as you said, 2% of its GDP in defense, for the first time in 3 decades. This is important for Germany and for NATO. All NATO allies must invest more, and I trust that Germany will continue to step up.
Germany's new defense budget was lauded as a direct outcome of Trump's push for fairer financial responsibility among NATO members, with Rutte echoing the need for other allies to follow suit. This unity, Rutte suggested, transcends the individual leaders at NATO's helm. Trump's willingness to prioritize American security interests through realignment of defense spending expectations had, in Rutte's view, strengthened NATO by prompting allies to take more responsibility for regional security.